Hey everybody, I'm Katallina, and today we're here to talk about episode 5 of Failure Frame. If I had to pick one word to sum up this week's episode, that word would definitely be manipulation. Because holy crap, every step we took and every move we made, there was someone, somewhere, who was controlling the situation, and there was someone who was being had. Now, to be fair, there was a very interesting contrast between certain characters and what they were doing, as opposed to what was going on between Seras and Touka, because the actual deal with their situation and the manipulation of a sort that had been going on was actually very much cleared up, and we actually have a much stronger standing and connection between the two by the end of the episode. Despite the fact that it ended on such an awkward moment with him telling her to take off her clothes, especially after that pig was ready to basically rape her. That was nasty shit. It wasn't visually nasty outside of the fact that he was on top of her. There wasn't any nakedness, there wasn't anything to dial 911 about, but you know where that was going if Touka had not intervened, and it was going to be ugly. Very ugly. Not just because he was ugly either, but that's an aside. The key thing is that we're seeing this parallel between Touka and how he behaves and how he behaves with different people, as opposed to the general consensus of this world, which tends to be extremely negative and extremely manipulative. We notice that, for example, when we see Seras go into the kingdom to receive her reward for retrieving the chalice. That illusion breaker was not there for the chalice. That illusion breaker was there for her. Why do I feel that way? It's very simple. Because undoubtedly many people saw the gentleman in last week's episode who tried to expose her. And somebody probably had the harebrained idea that maybe we should check it out. Now, I could be wrong. That could have been there purely for the chalice, and it could have just been a freak accident. But if that were the case, why would she not presume something like that would happen? And why would she not, politely excuse herself to go to the bathroom or something if she knew this was going to be a problem? Obviously, as far as I'm concerned, she wasn't prepared, and it cost her. And this actually ties back, in my opinion, to the fact that, for the most part, if we look at the concept of manipulation inside of this story as though it were a game, as though manipulation were this game's version of the Game of Thrones, for example, we could make the argument that Seras is not a good player. No offense to her, I like her character so far. I'm enjoying the interactions between her and Touka, but when it comes to the game of playing with people and coming out on top, she is not winning. And it's a very good thing that she has met him and that they are teaming up, because despite the fact that she can use a sword and everything, I'm not trying to put her down or anything, but I don't know how long she would be able to continue to survive without his help. It's just the way that their characters, their personalities, and their skills are going to intermesh. I think she's going to be a valuable source of assistance and guidance and even potential protection for him. But I think that he is going to be equally valuable to her as well. And I think that as time progresses, we're going to see them form a very beautiful partnership. And I'm looking forward to that because I really do like their dynamic. The other key situation of manipulation that we saw in this episode is the goddess. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I keep wanting to call her Vicious. I know that's not quite right. But it does sum up her character, I'll give it that. But we see her interacting with the S-rank girls we've seen her interacting with throughout the series, and she is losing her patience with the fact that this girl is not complying with her wishes, and she is continuing to manipulate her and gaslight her and basically use every other dirty, underhanded tactic under the sun. Again, we're seeing a situation where there is a master manipulator, for good or for ill, in this case ill, and we're seeing somebody who does not know how to play this game, and who does not know how to win this game, and who is being moved around like a chess piece on a board. And I do think that that is a valuable thing. I've talked about this in several videos now, but one thing I'm noticing about the dynamic between Touka and the goddess is the reality that they are both master manipulators. They both use that capacity in different ways Touka is more likely to use it for both good or bad, depending on what he's doing, whereas the goddess always has something bad going on. But at the end of the day, it really does show that this whole situation, whether she knows it or not, because she has no idea he's coming at this point, is actually basically like some kind of long-winded chess game. And it's going to be interesting to see just what pieces need to be moved in order for things to reach a satisfying conclusion. We did get some interesting progress on the path toward getting Piggy Maru to do his upgrade. We haven't actually succeeded in fully carrying that out. I think we got interrupted by the fact that Seras was in danger later in the episode. But we do seem to be moving forward, which is a good thing. I'm also curious about what it was that they actually found at the start of the episode that Piggy Maru wanted to keep so badly. Is it food? Is it an egg that's going to hatch into a pet? Is it something totally else? I didn't quite grasp what was going on there, but I am intrigued to see what it ends up being. But it does look like we do have a plan forming as to for where we're going on this adventure. We're going to try and find the taboo person. I think it's like a witch or something. And we are going to be trying to figure out more about this forbidden magic. And I think that's going to be very important because the magic is forbidden because the goddess said so. And when something is forbidden because somebody said so, and that's the really only reason anyone seems to know why it's not allowed, then you know that whatever that is going to rock their day, and not in a good way either. So we'll have to see how that goes down, what kind of interactions will happen with that person. Will they or will they not help us, etc. As a last note, I did think it was really funny seeing Touka offer Seras those gems and her reaction to them. I thought that was really interesting. And I think it's really cool how he offered her the one and she was so excited and everything. And then later on, he shows her all of them. And his timing on that, I don't know whether he did it on purpose or not, but holy crap, my dudes. That timing was badly hilarious. Like, it was a mix of both. Again, I don't think that Touka is some sick pervert. My money says he has a different outfit for her to wear and he's trying to help her disguise herself because she can't use her magic right now. But the way that whole situation carried itself off was just so freaking awkward. And they cliffhangered on it. Take off your clothes. Huh? Like, oh my god, I laughed so hard. I can't wait to see what her full reaction will actually be next week because that was one hell of a way to end an episode. But overall, I am still super happy with this show. I'm really enjoying it. It's living up to every expectation I could have had for it. I love the art design. I love the way the characters work. I love the direction. It's definitely a very distinct and unique flavor, especially considering how twisted the characters of this world can be. But that's part of what makes it interesting, and for me at least, based off of what I'm watching this season, that is actually part of what's making it distinct, and I like that because I'm watching a lot of warmer, cuter, fluffier stuff, and having something with a bit more grit and a bit more moral questioning is definitely something that the season needed for me as far as being balanced. But those are my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking about this, so drop a comment below and let me know, and I'll talk to you in the next video. See you later. Bye!